Hey guys, this is your Jumba. Welcome to the channel. Normally, I would do episodes where I come to you with information, with opinion or analysis on the happenings in Kenya every day. But today we are going to take a different approach, and I am going to show you the kind of work that goes on whenever I go out to the field, and the content I create over there, and the decisions on whether it features or doesn't feature on the show on a daily basis. As most of you know, I normally travel around the country whenever there are national events or public events that require our attention here on Mwabili Mwagodi TV. For example, I have covered the Emurua Digir by-election. I think that was in April 2026. I have covered the Okalao by-election, which was recent. That was on July 16th, 2026. And I also traveled to Taita Taveta County, where I covered the public participation for the Finance Bill 2026 public participation. And for those who watch me on a regular basis here, you have seen me cover all these events. However, there are things that happen whenever I travel, and so I normally meet people. I get ideas along the way on how I'm going to document something and shoot it, record it, and then I upload it to the channel so that you, my viewers, can get to watch. So I will tell you a story in Okalao. I went there on the 13th of July. 13th of July was a Monday. Nikafika Okalao. It was around 3 p.m. And on that day, on Monday was the last day of the campaigns for the by-elections. So there were two major rallies in Okalao town. One was at the Okalao Arboretum, which was the DCP one. I went there, I went into the grounds, I recorded a few segments, I interacted with the people, just getting to know how the people feel about that by-election, which was upcoming. And after that, I then went to Okalao town. I met some more people, just engaging random people, trying to understand how they feel about the by-election. And then after that, I think it was around nearly 6 p.m., 5 something. I then went to KMTC Nyandarua campus, where the UDA campaign was doing its final push, because I wanted to cover the turnout and the people, just to get to know why they're supporting UDA and Mushina, etc., etc. So when I got there with my gear, first of all, it is just off the highway. Nyandarua, KMTC Nyandarua is just off the highway that goes to Nyahururu, and then ukishapita Okalao town. So into just when you start entering the road towards the KMTC Nyandarua campus, the first thing I noticed is that there were masked men with walkie-talkies that were basically like security, like event security or something like that. And these people now were basically ushering in Kenyans and coordinating with each other, because there were very many masked people with walkie-talkies. And then, so I entered and I proceeded to the KMTC grounds while taking a note of what is going on. So basically, they were coordinating how people are coming into the grounds, and it's like they were talking to someone on the radio who was directing them to now close the entrance. So So I was among the last people who were allowed to enter into kuingia sasa kuelekea hizo grounds za KMTC Nyandarua campus. And so I went to the grounds and then I deployed my gear. I normally have a tripod stand. I opened my tripod stand, deployed it, set up my camera, nimeweka airplane mode so that phone calls when they come in, they don't interrupt me while I am recording the content. Toa microphone, meva mic, connect Bluetooth receiver, kila kitu. And then just as I want to begin to say, listen, you guys, I'm at the UDA rally, KMTC Nyandarua campus, etc. Two masked guys come to me very fast. They're like, hey, bro, what are you doing? I'm like, mimi nimekuja, I'm covering this. Na cover hii rally yenu ya mwisho. They're like, no. Hakuna kukava yote unafanya. Unawezaje kuja sahi, saa zile watu wanapewa maziwa, ati wewe ndio unakuja unakava the whole day. Campaign watu wameshinda hapa, wewe unakuja sahi jioni. Can you pack up and go? The other one wants to grab my gear, so I just jumped at my gear. Sipendi kabisa kucheza na these goons, these criminals who work for President Ruto. They love stealing people's phones. So immediately I jumped on my mobile phone, nikarukia simu yangu, my tripod. I'm like, okay, what is the problem? I mean, if you're going to give them money, so everyone knows you're going to give them money anyway. Kila mtu anajua hii Kenya mnakuwa mkipeana pesa. So what like me covering it, does it matter? Anyway, I just picked up my gear. And then so I asked them, so if I want to record what is going on here, so mimi nifanye nini, niende wapi? Wakaniambia wewe nenda huko nje ya perimeter. So unaona pale kuna wale jamaa huko mwisho, nenda huko mwisho. So I walked out of the grounds, nikaenda all the way to the main road, or near the main road, where the pali wame set up perimeter. So me, I went behind or in front of the perimeter. How masked people. So I still went there. I deployed my gear. And I tried to shoot some content, and just take a look at this video that is there. You can notice a lot of things that were going on in the background. You will notice kuna masked people wanapita hapo hivyo wakiingia wakitoka, and they walikuwa wanaharakisha watu waingie waende kufanya nini, kupewa pesa. I think the people were being given 500 bob each. So take a look and then we discuss. I am at the KMTC Nyandarua campus. This is where the UDA final campaigns are being held right now. It is now 5:15 p.m. And then as you can see, the people are running towards the KMTC grounds there. And what I understand, I was denied from filming near the field because imesema huu ni wakati wa maziwa. All these people you see behind me are running to go to be able to be paid so that they can vote for the UDA candidate, who is Samuel Mushina. So as you can see, I was clearly very tense. Adrenaline had started pumping through my system. I was very scared. I was very afraid because I have already been now kicked out by these masked goons from the grounds. But then at the same time, at the back of my mind, I'm still like, I need to document this. I have to document this. But at the same time, I am remembering one of my journalist friends who follows my content, who follows my story, who, is part of this community, this Mwabili Mwagodi TV community. And he's always calling me to give me support and to give me advice. And I remember there was one time we were talking and I had a very explosive story, which has also never made it to Mwabili Mwagodi TV yet. But my friend, my boy told me, look, there's no story that is worth dying for. So even as I was recording that clip, I was scared because maybe these masked goons are going to still come back. But then I'm like, no, this is a public place, and I have every right to cover or to document what is going on at KMTC Nyandarua campus, because I mean, we know that the people are going to be given money. We know they are being given money, yeah, by UDA. So documenting it is a crime. Why? And that was the argument I was having. So I left those KMTC campus grounds, and then I went back to I went to the hotel. Or where did I go? I think I went to a restaurant for dinner. I was having dinner very early in Okalao. By 7 p.m. I'd already eaten my dinner. And then I went back to now the hotel, and I was reviewing footage for the day so that I can create an episode for the next day. And then I really looked at that footage, Yahapo KMTC, Nyandarua campus, and I made a decision that I cannot upload this segment that you have just watched, because I was like, if I upload this thing, I am still in Okalao. It is Monday 13th. I have 14th, 15th, 16th. And, you know, knowing how President Ruto operates, he operates a criminal cartel, a government of criminals. And I knew that those masked goons were actually police officers, because the way they were speaking on those radios, on those two-way radios, I mean, this is not, you know, it's not a random person who knows how to use these things. So I knew these are police officers who are now working on behalf of the campaign as security or as goons or whatever, muscle. And my worry was that if I upload that segment in any episode and it gets to reach those people at State House, most likely they are going to come after me in Okalao and do whatever they want to do, because most of the time they prefer to abduct people, they prefer to torture people, to kill people. So because my boy told me no story is worth dying for, I decided that no, I am not going to upload that segment in any video until I leave Okalao. And I have stayed with it now for nearly 3 weeks. I think today is the 2nd of August. Since the 13th of July is when I've gotten the courage to say, okay, now I am going to upload it. I'm going to share it with you, my viewers, and to explain to you the kind of challenges, the kind of threats, the kind of dangers that I face on a day-to-day basis whenever I travel around the country. I know that it is not sometimes even safe to go to some of these events, to travel to some of these places. But then, I mean, look, are we safe anywhere in Kenya today? Are you safe in your home? If you remember, for example, Bridget Njoki, that 12-year-old child who was shot and killed inside her mother's house in the living room watching cartoons. That Form 3 boy in Nanyuki who was shot and killed just recently here in June during the Ebola demonstrations. I mean, those women who find themselves being shot to death in the markets while they're going about their business during Maandamano, and yet they're not even on the streets. So, yeah, I mean, people being abducted from their homes, on a daily basis. It's still going on. Just the other day, I think it's on the 31st of July. I'm at the 31st of July, I think. Just recently, I'm not sure of the dates. Let me not play around with the dates. But just recently, there's a businessman in Mlolongo who was abducted at 7 p.m. from a bar in Mlolongo. And he was meeting an OCS of a police station. So whether I stay at home or I go to Okalao, or I go to Emurua Digir, or I go to Taita Taveta, or I go to Nanyuki, or Karatina, or Meru, you know, when I went for the Tukokadi. My safety is really not something that I can guarantee myself. So even for those who are Christians, like my mother, who I know is watching this, and they normally pray to God. Like in the Kenya we live, ya Ruto leo, ya President Ruto, you know, even God has become now relegated to second place. It's President Ruto who decides whether we live or we don't live. So, but then still, I'm not going to encourage them to kind of take me out by producing content that I know is going to put me at risk. Because like my boy said, no story is worth dying for. Yeah, so that some of you think I'm, you know, I am not okay with some of the things I cover, some of the things I say, you know, that I take too many risks, you know, that I fly too close to the sun. But then even if I shut up, even if you shut up, you know, you're not guaranteed that you are going to see tomorrow. Yeah, you know, when President Ruto is talking about Vision 2060 and the future, CG, the conversation, national conversation on the future of Kenya. I mean, look, guys, you can't be talking about 2060 yet. Kenyans don't even know if they are going to see tomorrow, because President Ruto might find a way to abduct them, to torture them, or kill them. So yeah, this is a special episode for my core viewers, my big fans, so those ones who follow me here and want to know, you know, the kind of work that goes into me coming up with the content I create for you, my Mwabili Mwagodi TV viewers. And yeah, so finally nimepata courage. The people now you can see in that video behind me who are running, walikuwa wanakimbia waende kupewa nini? Waende kupewa pesa 500 na kampeni ya UDA ya Edwin Mushina. Ama ni Sami Mushina. This is your Jomba Mwabili Mwagodi. Thank you very much, guys, for your support. It's been a long journey on this channel. Tulianza March, April, May, June, July. Now this is our 6th month. This is August 2nd today. This is our 6th month. And I really appreciate your support. A lot of you are always reaching out, sending me messages, calling me, some of you even offering me financial support. I really appreciate all of you. Specifically, I'm going to mention one today is Wakili Rumba Kinuthia. Thank you very much for your support. This episode is dedicated to you, and it is also dedicated to my friend who is a journalist. Sadly, I cannot mention his name in the channel for security purposes, for his own security and safety purposes, because we know how vindictive this government is, especially to people who offer comfort to people like me. Lakini Wakili Rumba Kinuthia, wewe kama mpiganaji wa haki since the 1980s, God bless you very much, and thousands of other viewers on this channel who are always reaching out, who are always sending me encouraging messages, who are always offering me financial support. Mungu awabariki. The number is 0799-428-109. Please, if you want to fund the work I do and the travels around the country, weka M-Pesa hapo, tuweze kujenga hii channel na content ambayo tuna create. Always continue the conversation in the comments as usual. Like these videos. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe. And then share this content with your friends and family around the world. Asanteni.